Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Code with Shash. So today is day 2 of the challenge, grind 75, and today I will be taking on the second question that is here, valid parentheses. I will be moving on to the question. So in the question it states that we are given a string S which can only be consist of this parenthesis characters, and we have to just tell if this A string is valid or invalid. So what is the criteria of being valid? That all the opening bracket should have a closing bracket and they should be in proper order. Like if within a second bracket there is a third bracket, this should be closed within that second closing bracket only. And yeah, and if there are any imbalances in the brackets, closing versus opening, obviously it is then uh, invalid. So now let's quickly check on the constraints of the question. So as I mentioned before, it can only be made up of these strings, and the length of the string that is given us is 10 to the power 4. So that means we can easily iterate over it twice, but we are doing it in a more efficient way. So we have done it in O of n time, and space complexity will be O of n also. So this is the solution that I have done, and I will just quickly run you through this. So first of all, this is our string, and we are checking if the string that we are receiving is empty. If it is empty, it is obviously valid, so we are returning that. Then we are creating a stack. In Python you can just use list and uh, push and pop from the end, and it will be stack. And we have created a brackets mapper, and this is basically I am mapping the ending bracket with the opening bracket. So these are the two things that I have created. Now I will iterate over the uh, string. I am creating the string to a list with its single character, so it helps me to access that single characters. And then I am checking if the x exists in the opening bracket. I have given values here, so this means this values. So I am checking if the x is a opening bracket, and if it is, I am pushing it in the stack. If it is not, then it is a closing bracket. And I am checking that if a opening bracket is not present but a closing bracket is coming, that means there is a mismatch in opening versus closing bracket. So what I am doing, then I am telling that it is invalid string and returning from there. And then I am checking that if the ending of that stack, that is the opening bracket, this is the opening bracket, if it maps with the closing bracket, that is this one, x is the closing bracket here. So what I am trying to do, I am trying to access this brackets mapper, use our closing bracket to get the subsequent opening bracket for it, and that is what I am checking here. If that doesn't match, then also I return false. That means for a opening, let's say for a opening first bracket, there is a closing second or third bracket, so that shouldn't happen. So that's why I am returning it. If it matches, then I simply remove that opening bracket and that concludes the pair. So I am no longer concerned about that. So I process it like this. Then I just check if the stack is empty or not. The stack should be empty at the end of the process. If it is not, then there is again a imbalance. So it keeps on changing. I got 60 here and 58 here, and if I submit again, I think it will again change. Okay, yeah, but it's pretty good because if you see that it is taking just O of n time complexity, and you have to iterate through it at least once. So from where the space complexity comes, the space complexity comes from creation of this stack. So it can happen that um, all the elements in the string is of a singular type and all of them get transferred to the stack. So then only in the worst case scenario, the stack would become length of s. So yeah, that is it.